See, the reason I was saying to her she's not going to shock you is because I knew she was going to.
No, we're going down for storyline.
I knew she was going down. She was going there anyway. That's where she was going, man.
I had already
That's what I said.
I had already
told
my mom I would donate my for the vehicle.
Okay, so now we have to tell the story about the church at Wittenberg when Martin Luther.
She has to have
Nailed.
heard that story before. Did you ever hear that
No,
story?
tell her just in case she
Yeah,
hasn't.
I know Martin Luther nailed.
Well, you know that, right? But
Yeah.
when I was in college, I got a job working for the Institute of Statistics. The most demanding part of the job was answering the phone and
There's an
saying
onset.
Institute of Statistics. But I got the job because Teresa had the job. You know,
That is really funny.
Teresa had the job, and it was a little more challenging when she had it because she was the first person there, and she was buying the furniture. She was going to the penitentiary or something. I forget. I just remember she got a penitentiary pen pal out of that who really fell in love with her and wanted to see her and stuff. But so she got the job. She worked with this guy, Dr. Minton. They bought all the furniture. They set up the institute. And she said, this guy was the nicest man. But this was the boringest job in the world. It required pretty much no skills. And
Sitting at a desk doing
and
nothing.
when I left, like I would be so bored. I would be like making stationery with ampersand, 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 XXXX, pren. You know, I was like, what can I do? What can I not? I've got to pass the time. It was boring.
Ah.
And she
Did
said,
take a book in to read?
yeah, well, I did that too, but it was just, it was brutal. And when I left, he said, I don't know how I'm going to replace you. You and Teresa were good. You were so good. What am I going to do? And he was really serious, like,
I should have turned on the stabilization. You're making me laugh.
oh my God, what am I going to do? He said, you know, he was really concerned about it. And he got someone who like was a graduate of a secretarial school or something to do the job. But when Teresa worked for him, there was much more to it. And at some point she was doing typing from dictation. And she wrote this whole paper. And the paper was somehow talking about Martin Luther and when he nailed his thesis to the door and on and on. So Teresa had been working for my father previously doing medical transcription.
I know where this
And
is headed.
so she had replaced thesis with feces in every place.
She hadn't
didn't
really
think twice about
studied
it.
history.
She's like,
She hadn't really
like
paid
Martin
attention.
Luther when he nailed his feces to the door
Yeah,
at Wittenberg,
He was only
saying,
trying to
I have
say-
a right to proclaim my feces.
Only trying to
Or
something to explicate
explicate my feces. That's what it was. And so she said she didn't think twice about it. She just did it. She said she got it back, and it was just there was the document, and in red
crossed it out.
every feces was crossed out. She said she just roared. You know, she realized
She was
what she had
embarrassed,
done,
actually.
and she was mortified. She's like, oh my God. But anyway.
Oh, that's too
she
funny.
screwed up. But every time I'd see him, he would say,
I think it
say,
made
how
me
are
change
you?
his mind
He'd
about Teresa.
say, well, I'm doing okay, but you know, she's not
One
up
of
to
the
your
shells.
standards, you know. Like how, you know, incredible Teresa and I were, and well, you know, we're making do, but what can you do? It was just funny. It was like the most boring job.